Buongiorno, welcome to my channel. My name is Noura and on this channel I mostly talk about fragrances. And in today's video I'm going to share with you 10 fragrances that I would definitely recommend you wear on Valentine's Day. So if you want to know the sexiest fragrances in my collection, then please keep on watching. But before we start, if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. My name is Noura and on this channel I mostly talk about fragrances. So if you are a fragrance lover, then please consider subscribing and also hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload any new video. Also go and follow me on Instagram where I share some exclusive content that I don't do here on YouTube. And without further ado, let's start. Now let's start with designer fragrances. And let's start with La Belle and La Belle Le Parfum. Yes, I cheated a little bit and I am including two in one, but because they are very similar. And I know I talked a lot about these fragrances, but I just can't do a sexy fragrance list without including them, because these are one of the sexiest fragrances on the market. So La Belle, the original one, is a beautiful, sweet, juicy pear with vanilla. It's definitely a sweet fragrance, but somehow tolerable even to me who doesn't like very sweet fragrances. Maybe because there is an added vetiver, but really, if you want a safe choice, La Belle is the best. Everybody likes it, men love it, and it's one of the best designer fragrances on the market. It projects, it lasts, it checks all the boxes, so you can't go wrong with it. And last year they came out with the intense version. Now let me tell you, they are quite similar, especially in the opening, but in the dry down there are definitely some differences. Le Parfum is more intense, it's darker, deeper. So for date nights I usually go for this one during winter and La Belle during summer, but honestly both of them work beautifully. The intense version has a little bit of tonka. It has also a cherry berry note to it. Both of them are very long lasting, projecting, sexy. So I would definitely recommend both. If you have one, you definitely don't need the others. If you want a full comparison between the two, I will leave in the description down below and in the eye up here a video where I did a full comparison between the two. So go check that if you are interested. Since we talked about Jean-Paul Gaultier, let's continue with that one. And this is Scandale by Night. I definitely prefer this one to the original Scandale and also to So Scandale. This one is definitely sweet. I mean, even sweeter than La Belle and La Belle Le Parfum. But I definitely recommend this one over the original Scandale. The original Scandale was just a honey bomb. It was sticky in a way. I don't like it, honestly. This one for me has the same performance, has the honey note, but it's more sophisticated and I would consider it even more sexy. It has this beautiful cherry note, it has tuberose, and it will last on your skin for an eternity and it projects quite nicely. Actually, I wouldn't recommend overspraying this one because it can be cloying. So Jean-Paul Gaultier Scandale by Night for honey lovers. By the way, all these fragrances are not ranked. So the next one, I'm going to cheat again. And I have two fragrances in one. This is La Nuit Tresor à la Folie. And this is the new one, La Nuit Tresor Intense. It just came out and I actually filmed a review on it. I don't know if I already uploaded it or not. If I did, I will leave it in the description and in the eye. Again, two very sweet fragrances, but they are totally different to the Jean-Paul Gaultier ones. À la Folie, it's sweet, slightly powdery, one of the best vanilla fragrances on the market when it comes to designer fragrances, and it's definitely sexy. I think vanilla sweet fragrances are usually sexy fragrances. Now the new version that just came out is very similar to À la Folie, but it has a slightly nuttiness to it because there is almond here, so it's more gourmand. It has also cherry, but at the end they are very similar. However, this one, the intense version, does last longer and does project more than À la Folie. So if this is an issue for you, then go with the intense version. I personally prefer À la Folie because it's softer in a way, and I personally prefer that. But definitely both are sexy, long-lasting, projecting fragrances that I would highly recommend. Another new release or new wish release is L'INTERDIR ROUGE. This is definitely for someone who likes more of a floral fragrance. It has the original L'INTERDIR DNA, so there is the tuberose and the jasmine. It has a slightly dark, deep mood to it. There is also a spicy touch, so I would definitely consider this one as a sexy version of the original L'INTERDIR. To me, it smells like the bottle, exactly. So it's very sexy and it lasts very long. It projects quite nicely. So for those who want more of a floral sexy fragrance, you can't go wrong with L'INTERDIR Rouge. Next is a fragrance that is totally new to my collection, but it's definitely not new to the market, and that is my Burberry Black. This is a very sweet rose patchouli fragrance. This is definitely for someone who likes fruity florals and sweet fragrances, but doesn't want to smell girly. This is quite sophisticated and sexy, almost in a mature way. I wouldn't consider it as a mature fragrance, but it has this sophisticated side to it, if you know what I mean. And it's ultra, ultra sexy. Again, it lasts very long, it projects quite nicely, and yeah, I would highly, highly recommend it for someone who wants a fruity floral with a sophisticated touch to it. Another option for floral lovers is JASMINS Marzipan from Maison Lancome. I know you are probably tired of me talking about this fragrance, but it's stunning. It's just a stunning jasmine fragrance. It's a little bit sweet, but I wouldn't necessarily categorize it as a sweet jasmine. It's so intoxicating, you can't even imagine. And jasmine, I find, is very, very sexy, and a lot of men really like it. So if you are a jasmine lover and you want a sexy jasmine that is suitable for Valentine's Day, has a good projection and also longevity, you can't go wrong with JASMINS Marzipan from Maison Lancome. FYI, it's called JASMINS Marzipan, but it's not a gourmand at all. Now let's move to really gourmand fragrances, and of course I can't talk about sexy gourmand without mentioning this Tom Ford Noir Extrême. This is so sexy and so intoxicating. This is targeted for men, but hear me out. It works beautifully on women also. It's totally unisex. Actually, the female version of that one is really, really similar. It's just a little bit sweeter. Here, there is more cardamom. The main note in both of them is kulfi, which is like an Indian ice cream infused with cardamom. Cardamom is key in both of them, so you really have to be okay with that. I personally find cardamom extremely sexy. I find this one sexy on a man or a woman. Yeah. If you want a sweeter version but not much with less cardamom, then go for the Parfum version, but it's going to be discontinued. But I have to mention that definitely the Parfum version definitely lasts longer than the Extrême. But both of them are one of the best sexy fragrances on the market. And the best part, they are in the signature line, or I don't know how it's called, like the cheaper fragrances from Tom Ford and not the very expensive one. So I would highly, highly recommend Tom Ford Noir Extrême for a sexy date night. Last designer fragrance was also released last year, and that is Kayali Invite Only Amber 23. And this is quite a complex fragrance. Wow, I love the atomizer. This has chocolate, hazelnut, cherry, tobacco, cypriol, wood. I mean, if you read the notes, honestly, your mouth will water. And it's extremely sexy. I have a full review on it, which again I will leave in the description and in the eye if you are interested on more details about this fragrance. But I think everybody knows about it. The only thing, it doesn't project very much. It does project at the beginning, but then it becomes more of an intimate fragrance, which I personally don't mind, but I have to mention it. Another thing that I have to mention about this fragrance is that every time I wear it, I have a slightly different experience with it. So sometimes I get these gourmand notes. So I get the cherry, I get the chocolate and hazelnut somehow. And sometimes I get a lot of cypriol. I don't know the reason. It's quite a shapeshifter fragrance on me, but I didn't see anyone talk about the same experience. So maybe it's only me. So if you want a very dark, sexy, spicy, oriental fragrance, then Kayali Invite Only 23 is for you. Now let's move to niche fragrances, and I have only two. The first one is Oriana from Parfum de Marly. And Oriana is a sweet orange blossom with a slight powderiness and creaminess. It has whipped cream in the notes and also marshmallow. But I would say it's more the powder that is around the marshmallow than like the sweet itself. Overall, it's an overdose of a sweet orange blossom with musky undertone. So I would recommend Oriana for someone who loves orange blossom but doesn't want a fresh like floral orange blossom, but more of a gourmand version of it. However, I have to mention that longevity and sillage is not the best. But one of my subscribers told me that it did last very long on her. Again, this is a fragrance that I did a review on, so check it in the description and in the eye for more details. Now, I saved the best for last because this one just blew me away. This is a recent discovery of mine, and that is Blessed Baraka from Initio. This is for me an extremely sexy fragrance, but not everybody's cup of tea. If you love your amber fragrances, I would highly recommend Blessed Baraka. I was actually debating if I should include Carlisle or Blessed Baraka because the two share a lot of similarities. They are not exactly similar fragrances, but they have the same vibe to them. But at the end, I went with Blessed Baraka because to me, this leans more feminine than Carlisle from Parfum de Marly. This is amber, sandalwood, and musk. Quite simple, I know, but it's done in such a beautiful way. I have no words for it. It's extremely addictive and alluring. I find it very, very sexy. By the way, again, this one is unisex, so men and women can wear it, and it will work beautifully on both of them. But you have to like the genre, so you must be into amber fragrances, sandalwood especially, and heavy orientals. Then Blessed Baraka is for you. For a spicier version, I would say go with Carlisle from Parfum de Marly. Again, a very unisex fragrance that is sexy on both men and women. But if I have to choose one, it's Blessed Baraka. Has an amazing longevity and strong sillage, so again, it checks all the boxes. And I personally love it. Oh, yeah, I love to wear it and I would love to smell it on a man. So Blessed Baraka from Initio for a sexy oriental fragrance. So these were the fragrances that I would definitely recommend on a date night on Valentine's Day or any date night in general. Please tell me in the comments down below what is your go-to date night fragrance. I hope you liked this video and you found it helpful, and if you did, please give it a thumb up and consider subscribing to my channel. And also don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll get notified when I upload any new video. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time. Ciao!